What's up, guys? Cash here. Today I'm going to be giving you 7 steps of how you can get started wholesaling real estate. Alrighty guys, so if you don't know by now, wholesaling is the art of finding good deals and assigning your deals to investors and collecting a spread or a margin on those deals. So why would an investor even pay for us, $10,000, $20,000 for a home or a distressed property? Now, the quick answer to that is that investors really don't have the time to go out and search for these properties themselves.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So if you're able to supply them with a discounted property, it makes their lives way easier and it makes you a useful tool for them and for you to collect a solid piece of income on the side. So step number 1 is educate yourself. Now, when I say educate yourself, dive into as much information as you can on wholesaling real estate. One of the books that I read that got me started was If You Can't Wholesale After This, I Don't Know What to Tell You. And it was a great book from start to finish on how to wholesale from A to Z. Now, another way to educate yourself is listening to other big wholesalers on YouTube, such as myself, Brent Daniels, Max Maxwell, Wholesale to Millions, where they have plenty of information about how you can get started wholesaling from nothing or from investing nothing to now. Step number 2 is take action. The best way I like to take action is through PROPSTREAM. So the first thing you're gonna have to start doing to take action is finding opportunities. Now, finding opportunities can come from you knocking on doors, you finding distressed properties, you finding someone who really wants to sell their home quick, or my personal suggestion is pulling a list off PROPSTREAM. PROPSTREAM allows you to find vacant homes, high equity homes, 3-bedroom homes. If you're looking for a home with just pools, it'll allow you to pick the specific zip code and pick homes with just pools in the area, and it'll give you all the homeowners information and even skip trace them. Now, if you don't know what skip tracing is a tool that PROPSTREAM has which allows you to pull everyone's phone number and email from the contact list. Now, this is going to be your source for contacting motivated sellers. Now, you should get a list around 1,000 to 2,000 people to start off with. And that list is probably going to range you anywhere from $200 to $400. You're going to spend some time and you're going to contact everyone on this list and see if they're willing to consider an offer from you as the wholesaler for their property. So another tool PROPSTREAM has is the driving for dollars system. So driving for dollars is going around in your local neighborhood, driving your car and finding distressed properties. Now, distressed properties are any home in the area with tall grass, bad roofs, filled up mailboxes, just homes that haven't been taken care of. Why are we looking for these properties? It's because investors love these type of properties. They're value add properties. So in the description down below, you'll have a 7-day free trial to get started using PROPSTREAM, and you'll also be able to use PROPSTREAM for $97 a month. So full disclosure, I do get a little bit of the proceeds if you do click that link below and you sign up for PROPSTREAM, but I'm here to tell you guys, PROPSTREAM is the best software. I've used many other softwares before in the past, and I've stuck with PROPSTREAM, and PROPSTREAM has gotten me 15 plus deals this year, and I highly recommend it. But let me know what you guys think. You do get a 7-day free trial. So in those 7 days, drop a comment below. Let me know how you enjoyed it. I'm here to help you guys out, and any comments or any concerns, I will get back to you and answer those. Step number 3 is contact motivated sellers. Now that you've generated a whole bunch of leads, now your next step is to convert these leads. And the first step to converting these leads is communicating with them. Now, you can do that through calling them, cold calling, or texting them. I personally prefer, as a new wholesaler, to get on the phone and call them. Now, you might have some fear when you're doing this. You might be a little nervous, but that's perfectly fine. I guarantee you, after you get past those first 200 calls, it will be like nothing. And yes, people are gonna say, don't ever call you again. They're gonna say, you, don't call me.
Don't call my motherfucking house ever again.
They're gonna say all that nonsense. But you only need one person who says, yes, I want to sell my property. But before you get on the phone, you must know what you're going to say, and you must be confident in what you're going to say. Now, you're probably asking, how am I going to be confident in something I've never did? And that's a great question. What I did personally, I would watch role play cold calls from other wholesalers. Wholesale to Millions on YouTube has a role play cold call video that he does every Friday, where he brings newbie investors such as yourself on, and they cold call them and they do a role play cold call. Now, I want you guys to formulate your own script as well, so you can be as natural and fluid on the phone with these sellers as you possibly can. Because when a seller feels confidence, they're gonna be more confident to sell their home to you. Now, if you're jittery and saying, I might be able to offer you, or or don't know what you're saying, they will not feel comfortable selling their property to you. One thing that I always recommend that you do when you're speaking to sellers is get these 4 pre-qualifying questions. And that is the motivation of the seller, the condition of the home, the timeline that they want to sell in, and the price that they want to sell their home for. Now, if you can get these 4 things, it will give you all the pre-qualifying answers, and it really will tell you if this lead is a cold lead, a warm lead, or a hot lead. So a cold lead is someone who just completely doesn't want to sell their home. They're not interested in selling. A warm lead is someone who's interested in selling. They have time. They're not really too motivated in selling, but selling might be in their future. So we definitely want to categorize them as warm leads so we can follow up with them in the future. Now, a hot lead is someone who's super motivated in selling their house. They're ready to sell. They're ready to sell within 10 to 14 days. They're ready for you as the wholesaler to help them cash out and liquidate their property. Step number 4 is get these deals under contract. After you pull your list, you're driving for dollars and you're getting a lot of hot leads, you're gonna land on a hot lead that accepts the offer that you give them. And when they accept the offer that you give them, it's now your step to get this property under contract. Now, I recommend a standard purchase and sale agreement that you can find on websites. I do have a standard purchase and sale agreement. One thing I do recommend is if you guys are getting a purchase and sale agreement for online, have an attorney look it over just to make sure everything's good and make sure you're protected and the seller's protected. Now, you're probably thinking, Terry, I don't have the money to buy this property. And you don't need the money to buy this property right now.
I'm so relieved.
All you're doing is locking up this deal. You're now going to be the contract owner, and you're going to be looking to sell your contract to an investor for a spread or a margin, or what I like to call an assignment fee. You're going to be assigning your contract to an investor, and that's how you will get paid as the wholesaler.
Money, please.
So no money's going to be needed to lock this deal up. Step number 5 is opening up escrow. So after you and the seller have signed on the purchase and sale agreement and you've locked it up and now you're the contract owner, the next step is opening up escrow. So escrow is what's going to be closing the deal and making sure you receive your funds, the seller receives their funds, and the buyer is able to receive the keys to his new home. To find an investor-friendly wholesaling escrow company, you're going to have to call up a lot of title escrow companies in your specific area. So now that you've opened up escrow, now there's something on your contract called an earnest money deposit. An earnest money deposit, it's what holds the contract and it makes it official. The earnest money deposit can be as little as $1. Now, I recommend doing it $50 to $100, just depending on what your budget is. But as soon as you submit your earnest money deposit, the deal is official. You're the contract owner and you're now allowed to assign this contract to any buyer for a higher price or a spread. Step number 6 is finding your buyer. What I'm going to tell you guys first is, for me personally, finding the buyer is and will always be one of the easiest things in doing a wholesale deal. Now, why is that? It's because if the deal is good, a buyer will always be there. There's so many different ways that you can go about marketing your deals. You can use real estate investment Facebook chats. And my personal favorite is using PROPSTREAM to pull a list of cash buyers in your specific zip code and blast the deal out to all the buyers in that area. Give them a call, let them know that, hey, you're a contract owner of a deal and you're looking to sell it for X amount of dollars.
And the market bent down and said, I need about $350.
Now, you want to market this deal to your cash buyers for either $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, and maybe even $40,000 or higher above what you have it under contract for. Now, this spread is what you will be getting paid at closing if the buyer accepts on it. So don't tell the buyer you have this deal for the same price that you have it under contract for, because at the end of the day, you will not be receiving any money. I highly recommend just go off comp, see what the homes are selling for in the area, and blast it out to investors for a little bit less than that so they know they're getting a good deal. So step number 7, after you guys did all that hard work, is closing the deal and getting your money. After the buyer has accepted your deal, accepted the price that you've offered them, you're going to be giving them an assignment contract. So the assignment contract really hands your rights over, hands your contract over to the end buyer or the investor, cash buyer, whatever you like to call it, for an assignment fee. And that assignment fee is that spread that you've blasted the deal out to your investor for. So after the buyer signs his assignment fee, oh my gosh, here we go, take 10.
You can do it!
So after the buyer, And after he goes and signs your assignment contract, you will immediately then go to escrow, give escrow the assignment contract, and you're gonna close accordingly. And when the day of closing happens, you'll be receiving your assignment fee, the seller will be receiving his funds for his property, and the buyer will be receiving a discounted property. So yeah guys, so after you get your first deal, the goal is now to replicate that and do 1 deal a month or get to 2 deals a month. Now I'm at a pace where I'm doing 3 to 4 deals a month. And that's just from me utilizing more softwares, hiring virtual assistants, and just investing back into my wholesale business. Now it's not super easy, but it seems simple, but all it does is take a little bit of work.
How easy was that?
And if you guys are able to put that work in, I have no doubt that you will be able to close your deal and get your first deal under your belt. So I am doing consultations now. The link is down in the description below where we can go in a one-on-one Zoom call for 30 minutes or an hour, and I can get you one step closer to locking up your first deal. Make sure you guys hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for some more fire content, and let me know what you guys think.